You may already know that McCall's patterns are on sale at Hobby Lobby for 99 cents while supplies last. So, this is our indicator that they are getting rid of their patterns. There's a fairly new Hobby Lobby that they've built in Grand Prairie, Texas, where I used to live. And I called just to make sure they had patterns for 30% off. And they told me they didn't carry any patterns at all. And I was like, oh, wow, that's strange. And this was last year, okay? Last year, around this time. So when I heard the news about the Big Five pattern companies, it made me think back to that particular store. Then when I heard that their patterns were going on sale for $2.99, I was like, oh, so are they going to take over the Joann sale prices? Well, then when they dropped down to 99 cents, like they did the new look patterns, I was like, oh yeah, they're getting rid of McCall's patterns. So if you don't already know, McCall's patterns are on sale for 99 cents at Hobby Lobby. Now, I did not plan on participating in these sales because I felt like I already had all of the McCall's patterns that I wanted. But there was one in particular that I had been looking for on the Simplicity site. And on simplicity.com, they only had it in a PDF. Now, I do use a lot of PDF patterns, but I do not like the ones from Simplicity because looking at them gives me anxiety. I have a wish list of patterns that I'm looking for saved to my phone so that whenever I do go out, I look for those particular patterns. So I said, well, let me just go and see if they have these patterns. My two youngest daughters went with me and we just kind of browsed through all of the drawers just to make sure there was nothing that we wanted. Now, I did pick up 5 additional patterns for myself because I hadn't seen these before and they were not on my radar. So I did go ahead and get them. Most of the ones that were on my wish list, not there. And my youngest daughter, she likes eras. So she picked out some costume patterns that she liked. And then there's a couple that I like as well that I feel like you could make into just normal wear. You could wear it just as a normal garment. So let me share those with you. I'm going to share the costume patterns first so we can get those out the way. The first one is McCall's M7306. This one is described as Mrs. Costumes. And this pattern really caught her eye because she's a senior in high school this year and she wants me to make her prom dress. I haven't really said I would do it yet. I don't know. But she liked this as well as the corsets that are included in this pattern, view A, B, and C here. Then there's McCall's M8337. This one is described as Mrs. Hanfu outfit. Don't ask me what that is because I don't really know. But this is the pattern. She really liked it, so we got it. The next one is McCall's M8303. This pattern is described as Mrs. Dress and Sleeved Cape. Now, this is one of the patterns that I did also like, and I said, yeah, you could just make this dress and wear it as a regular garment. Then there's McCall's 8335, which is described as Mrs. and Men's Costume Capes. And she was kind of head over heels with this one. She really, really liked this one. Actually, this was the first one she saw and picked up. Okay, now let's get into the patterns that I picked out for myself. The first one is McCall's M8004. This one is described as Mrs. Skirts and Belt. Now, can you guess why I picked this pattern? Absolutely because of my dilemma with the last vintage skirt that I made, the pencil skirt. So I was like, let me get a pencil skirt pattern and just use that. So I did pick up this one because I like all views of this pattern. Next is McCall's 8152, and it's described as Mrs. Top and Skirts. And it's this pattern here. When I saw this, I knew that I wanted it immediately. Number one, I like the top here. I love that top. And then I also like this skirt. Next is McCall's M7958. Now, this is the pattern that I have been looking for on simplicity.com, and they only had it in the PDF form. So I was ecstatic when I saw this in the drawer. I'd been checking another Hobby Lobby like forever, and they never had it. And so I decided for the sale, I'd go to a different one so that there's a better chance I'll find some patterns that I hadn't been able to find. But it is this pattern here. Um, I kind of like all views of this pattern, if you know, I may say so. I do like all the views of this pattern. And then here are the line drawings on the back. I've only done one other pattern kind of with a bra top, and I actually enjoyed it, and it was fairly easy to put together. So I don't think this one will give me, much trouble. Next is McCall's M7198. It is described as Mrs. Shorts and Pants, and it says that this pattern is designed for the beginner. And I would agree with that. As far as I can see, you most likely only need elastic, and these pants are made with knit fabric. It's this pattern here, and I think those would be really, really nice. Next pattern is McCall's M8149, and it's described as Mrs. and Women's Skirts. Now, I am really into the skirt patterns, and not only that, my niece asked me to make her a denim skirt for school, and I felt like this pattern was more than appropriate. Probably more like view B or A for what she was asking me for and what she showed me that she wanted. So I'm really liking this pattern, and I really like view A because it has a zipper down the front. And if you see a view C, it is made out of leather, and I do have some leather in my fabric stash that I haven't used yet, and I'm a little nervous to use it because I don't want to mess it up. But I am. Okay, and then I also picked up McCall's M8007, and this is described as a Mrs. Pants. Now, these are more like bell-bottom pants, and I picked these up. I picked this pattern up for my oldest daughter because she's been asking for bell-bottom pants. I do have the Mimi G pattern of bell-bottom pants, but when I pulled out those pattern pieces, there was a lot going on, and I immediately was just like, no. These were all the 10 patterns that I picked up at the sale. I'm pretty proud of myself because I didn't go crazy. So I think it's safe to say that once these companies are pretty much sold out of the McCall's patterns, Hobby Lobby will eventually put the Simplicity patterns on sale for 99 cents and do the same because they are getting rid of their patterns. The newer stores that are being built do not have patterns at all. I think it's sad because it's like, where will we get our paper patterns from now? And not only that, but with them going away from the stores, we'll be left most likely to find them online at places like Amazon, eBay, and Etsy. And we all know that we'll pay a nice little chunk of change for those paper patterns. So what I have decided to do with the patterns that I do still have, any patterns that I use now going forward, I will be tracing out my pattern pieces in the size that I need so that I can make sure I hang on to those paper copies, at least until we know if we'll be able to continue to get paper patterns. So that's my take on it. That's my take on the whole thing. I will not be going again to look for McCall's patterns. This is the only McCall pattern haul for 99 cents that I will do. So hope you enjoyed these. Hope you saw some patterns that you like and may want to go pick up. Let me know if you have sewn any of these already and what you think about them. Did you like any more than the others? And if you have made them, what was your experience like? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, keep sewing.